The future does not exist. There is no place you can go to find it, no moment where it's waiting for you, and yet it controls how you think, how you feel, and how you move. Right now, you hesitate because of something that hasn't happened. You hold back because of an outcome that isn't real. You delay decisions because you're waiting for certainty from a time that doesn't exist. That should disturb you because it means you are not responding to reality. You are responding to a projection, and that projection is shaping your entire life. Think about how often you say things like, "What if this fails? What if I'm not ready? What if this goes wrong?" None of those are facts. They are imagined futures. But your body reacts to them as if they're real. Your heart rate changes, your focus shifts, your behavior adjusts, and without realizing it, you start shrinking your actions to match something that hasn't even happened. That's the trap, not fear of reality, fear of possibility. Now here's where it gets deeper. Your brain is not designed to show you the future. It's designed to predict it. There's a system constantly running in the background, building models based on your past experiences. It takes everything you've seen, everything you've felt, every success, every failure, and uses it to simulate what might happen next. This is called predictive processing. Your brain is not waiting for reality to unfold. It's trying to get ahead of it. And then it does something even more powerful. It changes your behavior to match that prediction. If your brain predicts failure, you become cautious. You hesitate. You overanalyze. You hold back effort. Not because failure is guaranteed, but because your system is trying to protect you from it. Now look at what just happened. You didn't fail. You behaved like someone who expects to. And that behavior creates the result. So the prediction becomes real, not because it was true, because you acted it out. This is how invisible control works. The future doesn't need to exist. Your belief about it is enough. Now flip this. Imagine someone who assumes something will work, not blindly, but consistently. They don't wait for proof. They move with direction. They commit faster. They take action without constant hesitation. They stay longer when things get difficult. Same world, different internal model, completely different outcome. So the question is not, what will happen? The real question is, what am I assuming will happen? And how is that shaping what I do? Because once you see that, you realize something uncomfortable. Most of your limitations are not based on reality. They are based on outdated predictions. You are using past experiences to define future possibilities and then calling it logic. You say, "This didn't work before. I've tried something like this. This usually doesn't go well." But what you're really doing is locking yourself into repetition. Because your brain prefers familiar outcomes, even if they are limiting. Familiar feels safe. Uncertainty feels dangerous. So your system pulls you back into what it already understands. Now this is where people get stuck. Because they think the solution is to predict better, to think more, to analyze more, to wait until they feel certain. But certainty doesn't come from prediction. It comes from decision. You don't need a clearer future. You need a stronger present. Because the only place where anything actually happens is now. Not tomorrow, not later, now. And here's the shift that changes everything. Instead of asking, what will happen? You start asking, what am I choosing to believe will happen? Because belief is not passive, it's active. It directs attention, it influences perception, it shapes behavior. When you choose an assumption, your brain starts filtering reality differently. You notice different things, you interpret situations differently, you respond with more intention. And over time, your external results begin aligning with that internal shift. This is not magic, it's alignment. Your internal model and your external behavior finally stop contradicting each other. Now let's go deeper into something most people misunderstand. Spiritual teachings often say, live as if it's already done. Most people hear that and think it means pretending, forcing positivity, ignoring reality. That's not what it means. It means internal stability. It means your identity is no longer waiting for the future to confirm anything. You have already decided, so your behavior becomes consistent, not reactive, not emotional, not dependent on external proof, just steady. And that steadiness is what allows things to unfold, because reality does not respond to what you want. It responds to what you consistently embody. If your state keeps shifting, your results will too. your progress will reset. So the goal is not to feel confident, it's to become stable. Now let's address the part most people struggle with. What happens when things don't change immediately? When you act and nothing happens? When you move forward and results don't show up? This is where most people break. They go back to prediction. Maybe this isn't working. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe I should stop. And the moment they do that, they disconnect from the process. Not because it failed, because they stopped holding the assumption long enough for reality to organize around it. Understand this clearly. Reality does not move at the speed of your impatience. It moves at the speed of your consistency. There is always a phase where nothing is visible, where things are forming beneath the surface, where alignment is building. But if you keep interrupting that phase, you never reach the outcome. You reset the process again and again and again. So what do? You stop reacting to time. You stop measuring constantly. You stop looking for immediate confirmation, and you hold your direction. You continue acting from your chosen assumption. Not emotionally, not aggressively, but consistently. Because consistency is what turns possibility into structure, and structure into reality. Now here's the deeper truth. The future is not something you discover. It's something you participate in through your perception, through your decisions, through your behavior. You are not waiting for it. You are shaping it every moment. So if your current results feel limited, don't look ahead. Look inward at what you're assuming, at what you're expecting, at what you're repeatedly telling yourself is possible, because that is what your system is organizing around. And if you change that, not temporarily, but consistently, everything else follows. Not instantly, but inevitably. So stop asking, what does the future hold? Ask, what am I holding about the future that is shaping how I show up right now? Because once you take control of that, you're no longer reacting to something that doesn't exist. You're directing what eventually will. If you found this content valuable, take a second to support the channel. Subscribe, like, comment, and share. It helps us reach more people who need these insights. I've also recommended a few powerful books to help you go deeper into this topic. You'll find the links in the comments. If it resonates, grab your copy and start applying it. Thank you for being here. I'll see you in the next video.